Happy New Year to everyone. I know it's a bit late, apologies. So, Mist's here again, once again, finally, with a video today on Rush. Rush is a slightly older game. It originally was released December the 3rd, 2010, brought to you by Two Tribes, the same guys who did Toki Tori. Why am I playing this? Well, I was just looking around, trying to see what the cheapest game on Steam was at the time. Not presently, but at that time, a week or so ago, it was available for 39 pence. The usual price is £3.49. It was tied to be the cheapest. Toki Tori, by the same developer, was also 39p. Just recently, I believe Bad Rats managed to be the cheapest, but there's no way I'm playing that one, sorry. There is another game now that is presently available for 9 pence. Not sure what that one is. I might have a look and play that one, we'll see. So let's jump in then, and we'll begin by checking settings, of course. Nothing special, unfortunately. However, the game was designed to run on a Intel Pentium 4 or AMD 3000 Plus CPU. Those are single core without any threading, so it shouldn't be a problem really. You don't necessarily need settings with something like that. Nice to have them, but not essential. The GPU recommended is a 256 meg 8400 GS or an ATI HD 4000 or greater, so there shouldn't really be anyone who has any problems. There are 4 available settings for visual though. I'm not going to cycle through them because if I do it will break the game, unfortunately. Well, break my recording of the game. The options though are to have cap the game at 30 FPS, cap it at 60 FPS, then you on the 3rd level you will then enable shaders and the game will be capped at 60, and then the 4th level will be to add anti-aliasing on top of that. I'm not certain on what form of anti-aliasing it is using, whether it is MSAA or TXAA. I don't think it'll be TX because that's fairly new. It's probably MSAA. Whether it's 2 or 4 times, again, I couldn't tell you, unfortunately. If you need additional AA, you can probably force that through the control panel for AMD or NVIDIA. You can also switch between full screen, on or off. For me, windowed defaults to 980 by 600 for some reason. Obviously full screen is 1920 by 1080. The music can also be turned on or off. We'll leave it on for now because it's not too bad, and again sounds on or off. Okay, so if we take a look, we have some bonus levels. However, if you want to play these, you will have to join the official Rush game group. I'm not going to do this for now. I'm just going to jump in and play the normal levels, and as we go through I will introduce you to the blocks as they show up. Okay, so let's jump into some of the normal levels for now. Begin with Twister. Okay, so what we have here is this little purple block here. We'll begin rolling forwards to this top left hand corner. Now when the block hits the wall it will turn 90 degrees, hit this wall, turn 90 degrees again, and then we want an arrow here, so the block will then begin rolling towards this wall, turn 90 again, and down the hole. Fairly straightforward. Then we'll try do the right thing. Okay, so it's just more of these arrows for now. So this left one, if unchecked, will roll off the edge. Same for the one on the right here. So an arrow here will make it hit this wall and turn 90 degrees to the right and down the hole. Here we want it to go this way. However, it will again turn 90 and roll off the edge, so a left arrow will prevent this and make it go down the hole. The reason we jumped straight in and not gone through the tutorial levels is because these are simply... The normal levels introduce the same concepts at the same speed as what the tutorial did essentially, so there's no reason to sort of go over things twice. Twin channels or rush hour? Let's take a look at twin. Okay, yep, this is fine for now. So, let's see. This will roll here, and then off the edge here. Okay, so let's make this one turn left, and then forwards. Let's make this turn left again. This will turn right, and then make it go down, and the blue over here. So once again, nothing too fancy, we're just using the arrows essentially. Just more of them, and it's trying to trick you by making them roll off the edge and stuff, but nothing really changes. They just always roll in the same direction unless the arrows tell them to change, or another type of block interferes with their movement in some way. Ooh. So I think Rush Hour is essentially, yeah, more of the same, just these arrows. So let's bob into Whirlpool, shall we? More arrows. More arrows. Okay, so I unlocked some more levels, and it's basically just more of the initial arrows. So what we'll do is we will jump into some of the tutorial levels, and then I will explain some of the additional blocks that you will find throughout the game from those levels, and then we'll wrap up with conclusion, I suppose. Okay, so if we jump into this tutorial here, we will learn how to use a new type of block. Now, this red block will prevent the movement, temporarily stop the movement of any block that is not the same colour. So in this case, we stick it in front of where the blue block will appear, so the red will roll down the hole, and then the blue will follow behind. As you can see, if you had not used the block, they would just simply have collided with each other. So it didn't just stop on the red block as it may have first appeared. Just to clarify on that one. Okay, so here you will see that we have this type here where it spins. What this will do is, as the purple block rolls down and lands on it, it will first send the block off to the left, then the next one to the right, and then back to the left again. And for as many blocks that pass over it. Nothing too special. Okay, so here we will learn how to use these warp portals or teleport portals. So the red block will normally just continue rolling down here till it goes into the blue, when it will pop out on the right hand side, hit the wall, and simply just roll off the edge. So what you would like to do is make it roll down the first right hand warp portal first by putting this arrow here. Then it will pop out and continue rolling to the right down the hole. And then the final block type are these arrows here. Now, these look slightly different to the blue arrows we've encountered earlier on, as in these ones do not change the rolling direction of the block. They just simply suspend the movement of the block and then pushes them. So what will happen is the yellow will hit, stop rolling, and so it doesn't roll off the edge, slide across, and then will continue rolling downwards. Same for the orange on the opposing side. So that's all of the blocks. Now, I have gone through quite a few levels on another profile, and it's mostly the initial blue blocks that just change the movement, so I haven't really got to any additional levels where it shows you how to do that, but you've seen how all the initial blocks are used. So now we've seen in action how all of the different block types work, and later on, fairly late on, you will start using multiple types of block and so on, and combining them to do more and more complex levels. So I suppose if we wrap up in conclusion, we should probably talk about the aesthetics. So if we pop into just one of the tutorial levels again quickly. So as you can see, all the levels just look like this, and as we've seen so far, it's this white platform with the coloured blocks and then the arrows and other platforms that you place in colours. So it's a fairly sterile environment apart from this nice sort of equalizer style band around the edge in rainbow colours, and the same that rotates below, this nice rainbow effect. And then there's these little pointy arrows that fly around. Whee! Starry block sky. So it's nice and colourful and pretty pleasing on the eye. The music as well is fairly upbeat and catchy. It's not got old so far or began to annoy, so that's a good sign, I suppose. It's a fairly nice soundtrack overall. Fairly refreshing. So I guess there's not really much more to say about it. It at one point was the cheapest game on Steam, as I say, at 39p, I believe I said it was. But now it's back up to full price. But if it ever comes on sale again, it's not a bad little game to pick up and kill some time. As I say, it'll run on pretty much anything. Whether it runs on mobile graphics, I'm not sure. I've not tested. But if it does, you shouldn't have any problems. It shouldn't run laggy or anything, because the requirements are pretty weak to begin with anyway. It's, like I say, it's designed to run on the old Pentium hardware, so shouldn't really have any problems with it. And for a laugh, let's roll this off the edge. Not how I intended to do that. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you again with another video, hopefully something slightly more structured. Missed out.